Hey guys, how's it going? Caprian here. So I'm just now coming back from France. I was in France because I was gone visiting Blizzard Europe for the Hearthstone European Summit, that kind of stuff. And it's my first time really interacting with Blizzard and got to play a little bit of BlackRock. I got to see some cool stuff. I got some pretty cool actual stuff. And I wanted to show you guys, tell you guys, and give you guys some thoughts about what went on in my day at Blizzard. So Blizzard has a pretty big ass building in France, in Paris, and there's a lot of really cool people inside the building that work for them. All of them are community based. Their development is all in the America side of things in Irvine and California. So the guys here just really handle all the community stuff, all the different languages, all the ports, all the support, that kind of stuff. That's what they do. And well, we got invited to see what it's like. And yeah, I got to play a little bit of BlackRock. So let's get started with that because I'm sure that's what you guys really care about. So we got to play the first boss of BlackRock Mountain, which is Corin Darbrew. I looked it up online, and apparently some people have some information on this guy already, so this might not be too big of a news. His hero power, just he has to it's on auto cast, so it has to happen every single turn. It's a zero casting cost where both players put minions from their decks into play, and the version of the game that we got to play was with three predefined decks. There was a mage, a warrior, and a rogue, and didn't really encounter any new cards on my side, but Corrin had a particular new card that I can't seem to find. It was like a 5 mana or 6 mana, 4/8 or something, 4/7, and his ability was always wins brawls. So basically, what would happen is in the later stages of the game, sometimes that guy would come out, often through the hero power, bringing him forth from the deck, and then Corrin would brawl, and then you'd certainly lose everything. Brawl would no longer have the RNG element because his minion would always be the victor. So we ended up playing normal mode a bunch of times. We beat normal mode pretty decisively with all three decks. And then when it came to heroic, it was a little bit more interesting because his hero power pile on heroic, instead of one minion from each player's deck going into play, he gains two minions. And he starts with, I believe, 15 armor. Now, these things might change, and I can talk about this. I'm sure that I can. I asked them. So he basically starts with 45 life, and every turn he gets two minions from his deck, and you get one. And, it was pretty easy to do it with the mage, actually. A lot of people agreed that heroic was pretty reasonable. The mage deck provided, along with most of the others, had a couple legendaries, not too much in the way of legendaries, but enough so that very often you'd get a better deal. While he might get two creatures, you'd get your one. And your one to just defeat his two creatures. Like if you got Sylvanas and he got, Force Tank Max and something with 5 health and 5 attack, like ETC, which was in fact in the deck, well, you would fare pretty well because, you'd be up a big creature right off the bat. And with Mage, you had Big Game Hunters, you had Polymorphs, you had Fireballs. You start removing some and then do consistent damage, and the fact that he starts at 45 life really didn't matter. So Corin Diver was a really cool boss. It really follows in line with a lot of the Nax content that we've experienced already, in the way that you have to make a specific deck, you have to include late game minions, and you have to play it again and again until you get a bit lucky. Now, some people might be worried that they don't have many cards, so they'll have a really hard time against this boss. I can assure you this is not the case. First of all, it's actually pretty easy to just rush him down. All you really need is a perfect storm, and because it just happens on turn one, you can basically have like a combo of cards where if you just don't get your combo right off the bat, you can just reset and do the encounter again. In other cases, it's pretty easy to do him with, in my opinion, a freeze mage. Cards like Frost Nova, and you just attack with your minions, you can probably just kill them before turn 5. Secret is you just don't put in any low-cost minions. You only put really big minions and a lot of freezes, a lot of granular taunts, a lot of just garbage to keep his side of the board busy. You can win that way. I also believe you can win with Paladin. I think if you cast like a Blessed Champion, you can just double and then just do way too much damage way too early. Also, I think with Shaman you can win because you get some taunts off your hero power, because you don't have to include big minions because you have your hero power, you have the Hex, and you just drop some Wind Furies on all your creatures as they come out through Corrin's hero power. You can also play just very high removal decks. You can probably play your own warrior deck, your own brawls, and a lot of just big ass removal. And because you can essentially stall all, because he's gaining 2 cards every single turn, and he never really plays any of his own because most of his deck is also really big. You could probably destroy Corrin with a mill warrior just by removing all his deck, and then he's just not going to have any cards. You're still getting cards through his hero power, and you probably mill him because his deck is too slow. So it's absolutely doable, absolutely a lot of fun, and you can make it happen. You don't need like anything crazy to beat this guy, and it should be a lot of fun to do so. The other side, which really ties into the timing of things, I asked Ben Brode and the developer what's going on with the AI of the encounter. From the limited time that I played against Corrin, he did some of the stupidest shit I've ever seen in Hearthstone, including he had, I think, 12 damage through 2 creatures. I had no creatures except from the one that was just played, which wasn't it actually didn't impact the board. I was at 5 health. The dude has 12 damage. He decides to brawl. Well, he lost the brawl, but he lost anyway. So, I mean, maybe Blizzard's crazy intelligence AI is just very good at BMing you, but probably not the case. There's probably quite a bit of work. I asked the developers again what's going on with that, and it's something that they work on, they update, and I'm sure it will be pretty good. When it's actually released, but that's my point. They're still working on a lot of the fundamental things, and they did say an April release, but if you're hoping for a release on April 1st or 2nd, yeah, don't hold your breath, man. It might take a little bit longer than that. So that was all that really was with BlackRock. We didn't get to see any new cards, but the first encounter really showed what was going on with the game, what's going on with the expansion, and it seems pretty damn awesome. So the other side of things, while we interacted with the staff, and they're all really cool, and it was really fun to hear the experiences of people at Blizzard. They told me that community managers actually manage the community, and as it so happens, yours truly is part of the community. So people have jobs at Blizzard where it's actually their job to watch my YouTube content and streams. You guys are doing that shit for free. People can get paid for that. Whoa! Alright, it's not really that simple, but I thought it was a little bit amusing, so I thought I'd share. So there's a lot of cool people that are very involved, and I think they're all doing a very good job on that end. However, on the development end, we did get to talk with the Hearthstone devs. We had about an hour to ask them random things. A lot of the questions I got from you guys, but it was kind of what I expected. I don't really want to go through all the questions that I asked because basically, people who work at Blizzard are really good at giving political answers, and we weren't really authorized there to gain any super exclusive content. It's not like, tell me the cards that are going to be released in BlackRock. They're going to be like, oh, that's a very funny question. We can't tell you. You're not really going to get anything out of them. So it was just kind of cool to hang out basically with them for an hour. But through a series of discussions, we actually got to a point, and I didn't expect that this back and forth questions would go this well to actually get to this point where I actually felt like the developers, they had their brain working. They were really feeling some of the discussions that we had, and this had to do with achievements in Hearthstone. Now, nobody really had this as a direct question. It was kind of like a spin-off off of a few other questions on how you can improve content and how you can further the PvE content in Hearthstone, because it is a little bit of a problem. The Nax Rammus content is so awesome, but it's just not useful. You just going back and killing patchwork ones doesn't really do anything. Yeah, you just go through the experience again, kind of. And now with the BlackRock expansion coming through, and probably with maybe another one after that, most likely this model seems to work for them. Their player base has grown. You guys are buying more packs, so you're making them happy. You guys are making this business model happen. So eventually you just have too many expansions. So we talked about this, and we led to the achievements thing. Now, as it turns out, aside from, I guess, Heroes of the Storm, but that game's not even officially released yet as far as I know, every other Blizzard game has achievements. And I was there when achievements were first introduced in a Blizzard game. I was there playing World of Warcraft, and I was so blown away about how awesome it was. I saw some of the crazy achievements, like insane in the membrane. I did that crap in like 2 weeks. I played Hearthstone like every minute, every waking hour of the day. It was so hardcore to do it. And I felt so good when I did the achievements. And I thought of implementing this model on Hearthstone. It would be amazing. And it really blows my mind to how good the future of Hearthstone could be. And I mean by this, like, if you really think about it, I mean, there's a lot to think about. But just a quick example, like, you could have an achievement, defeat Patchwork on, by turn 3 or something like that. You could make so many different circumstances which are required in order to beat these bosses that it basically it's not even recycled content. It's actual content, and it's made in such a simplistic form. It's like, layering existing content like crazy to the point where you're always, achieving goals and doing really cool stuff, and you're motivated to do this stuff through the game itself. And yeah, I don't know if anytime soon this might happen, but talking with the devs, going back and forth with this idea, they obviously had thought about it. They obviously had discussed it. I mean, they cover all their bases, but I could tell, like, things were moving. Like, they were really, really trying to make this happen. They were really excited talking about it, and so were we. So I'm really hoping that day comes pretty soon, because it will be a day where all the outdated, all the irrelevant content will become the most awesome stuff, at least for quite some time to come. So that was the big news there. Yeah, I did a lot of stuff in Paris. Paris is like super pompous, and there's like everything is detailed. It's in gold, it's in marble, and like they have a lot of money and public outings and stuff. And yeah, okay, you guys don't care about the city. Oh, but something you guys might care about. On my way out of the Blizzard building, I was given a loot bag, so I wanted to show you guys some of the Hearthstone crap that I got. And alright, let's start with the actual crap. Here we go. Oh, Blizzard Entertainment! Alright, so all of us got this kind of stuff. I also got some OJ or something, which is pretty good. We got Hearthstone ice cubes. Whoa, fucking Hearthstone coasters. And like pins. And like a Blizzard keychain. Yeah, you guys kind of get it. Yeah, there's a Hearthstone pin. Yep, there's a Hearthstone mug. Yeah, there's a lot of this stuff. This is like another Hearthstone keychain. I think you can probably use that again as a pin if you want. This is like a Hearthstone keychain if the Blizzard keychain is not really good enough. There's another Hearthstone pin. This is a Hearthstone screen cleaner or something, and this is like a ball, and it says Hearthstone on it. And if you bounce it, see? It glows and shit. And there's like Hearthstone Blizzard pens and more. Oh, this is like a Hearthstone magnet and like moves around and does stuff, and you guys get the idea. Merchandise be happening on Hearthstone End, so I guess this stuff's pretty cool. But the coolest part, actually there's two really cool parts. Okay, well here's the actual merchandise. The coolest part of the merchandise, it got some like pint glasses. I thought these were really well done. I kind of wanted to get more, but they only have this set for Hearthstone. You get like the Leroy Cup, where you gotta drink up real quickly, summon 2 shots for your opponent. You got the Ragnaros Cup, Ragnaros pint glass, I guess. You get to give this to a random player. You get the Nat Pagel, yeah, 50% chance to drink. And you get your Nosdormu. These are like, just the images of the cards, but they're just so well done. I was really happy with those. Of course, you got to drink this in 15 seconds or less. But one of the other things that one of the Blizzard dudes hooked me up with, it was just one of the employees there, telling me about how much he liked my stream and liked my content and watches me every day, all that kind of stuff. It was part of the photos, the selfies, all that kind of stuff. One of the things he was moving around was this guy here. And then he insisted on giving it to me, and I said no, and I really tried not to take it. I really, really, really tried not to take it, because, I don't really care too much for stuff, even though this is really cool stuff. yeah, I couldn't get him not to give it to me. So I guess I took it. So now I have acquired the Hearthstone, and the Hearthstone. This is like something they gave to the employees there. So this is not something I don't think you could get this normally, but. So there you have it, boys. That one was from Dennis, believe it or not. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. A lot of crazy stuff went down. And, well, I hope to be more involved with Blizzard in the future. As you guys know, in the past, Blizzard and I have not been, working together too well. If you guys know about the Diablo days and that kind of stuff. But it looks like we're in good shape. And this is proof. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.